It's been snowing since 6:30 a.m. and there's none built up on the ground. Totally immersion breaking. Hello everybody and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. Yo Rambler, your place is the coolest. Felt like a party just standing in it. That was without letting me put up decorations and stuff. Can't wait to come back and party with you some more. That's okay, I mean. Still feeling grateful. Aww. I'm from Norma. Just imagine Steven. I always dreamed of living in a library. Picture myself surrounded by shelf after shelf of books, stacked up to the ceiling. In a home like that, it's possible I'd never run out of reading materials. Dreamily yours, Norma. Yeah, but like, the book you'd want to read would be that one on the bottom of that stack. You know the one way down there. And then like, nail art set. Neat. And then like, you'd have to move all the books from on top of it so you could get to the book that you want that's on the bottom of the big stack of books. And like, it's a real problem. It's a real problem out there. I should really hang up Tutu's photo, but it's in storage for now because I don't know where I'm going to put it. Yeah, I almost ruined the morning announcements today because the Switch 2 had a system update. And every time you have a system update, it shuffles the games on like your home screen, like this screen. To put... Whoop. Hello, Norma. Good morning. Here's hoping it'll be a good day. Hoo-hoo. Lay it on me. Looks like our island's been tucked in underneath a soft white blanket. It's an old blanket. But there's no snow on the ground yet. I'll talk with you later, Label. I will get to you, honest. I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you, so I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna yee. Oh, she does it too. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, it shuffles the game that you have in your system to the front, regardless of where it was before. Now, I was just waking up and going to play some Pokemon Unite to help wake up a little bit. I thought Unite was still the left thing, like all the first option. So I actually opened into Animal Crossing, and it was on the main screen, and I was reading something, and was so tempted to just hold the Joy-Con mashing A, which would have taken me right into game. So thanks, Nintendo. Very helpful feature, that. I mean, I suppose it does remind you what game you have in your console, but it's an annoying feature, let's be real. Maybe with the amount of snow coming down, maybe we'll have snow built up by tomorrow? Maybe? Would be nice. Finally get some snowmen started before the end of the series. We are coming very, very close to the end. It would be nice to get a few more snowmen in. Oh, Hazel's still asleep. Hey! 33 encores, but guitar's a pinecone. Huh? Yeah, both grand. Thought I got enough sleep, but guess not. It's because you don't have a bed. What, do you sleep in the basketball hoop or something? Like, honestly, that'd be really cute. If that was, like, sewed over kind of deal, so, like, she couldn't fall through it and she slept in the basketball hoop. That's an adorable idea. Got Norma still trucking around. But yeah, I got into a bit of an argument this morning, because of course I did, around math. Love math. Steven, stay a while, Queen. What's the latest? I'm having trouble deciding what book I should read from the growing pile I keep adding to. I know. I'm gonna list some titles. You pick the one I'll read next. The Fossil Murders. Ooh, I love a good crime novel. This part is when they finally piece together who did it and why. Thanks for your help. Can we start sleuthing, Queen? The others just didn't seem as interesting. But, basically, this boiled down to someone very much misunderstanding damage calculations. So, Alolan Raichu in Pokemon Unite has a moveset of Stored Power and Psychic that is pretty based around auto-attacking. Not entirely, but pretty based around it. Well, its attacks are... it's a special attacker. So, you know, to boost its raw damage, you need to boost its special attack stat. Well, this person's like, well, I've run the Rapid Fire Scarf on my Alolan Raichu because more attack speed, and then he's going on about the big buff. Well, the big buff from it, it is 25%. For 5 seconds, every 10 seconds. So there's a 5-second downtime where this item is doing absolutely nothing for you. Basically. Well, it's not absolutely nothing. At level 40, you're still getting a 12-ish% attack rate increase. It's like 7 otherwise. Actually, I don't think it's quite that low, but it's not the highest. I think it's actually around 7, thinking on it. It needs quite a bit from those last 10 levels. A lot of items do. Because they just added those extra 10 levels. But, they're going on about how great that is. It's like, but it's kind of not. Literally, the Rapid Fire Scarf is not a considered item for Alolan Raichu. It's just not. Not for optimal builds. Honestly, that auto-attacking build isn't considered. But, you know, it is a thing, so Unite DB does have it, but it's not a considered moveset. And what I mean by that is it's not... You're not going to see a competitive Alolan Raichu player using the auto-attack set. They're just not going to do it. It's simply not worth the effort, because the other equipment set is better. And it may not seem obvious as to why, because if you were to go into the training room and play around with things, you'd probably notice the auto-attacking setup actually having higher DPS over a 30-second period. That's over a 30-second period. That's a long time. Sparkles! You love hanging out at my place today. Let's chat. Going to a concert for an artist you were totally in love with is like super exciting. Went to this KK show the other week. I made a total original t-shirt to wear. Okay, so it's a bright pink t-shirt, right? And I used a marker to write big capital letters across the chest. Eyebrows! Isn't that just the best? That's Tutu, she'd wear one and go with me, but she said she had to go off island. That's right. So this has been close to 30 seconds. Since I mentioned that's a long time. Pretty close to. I think it's a little short. I think I'm now pretty spot on to 30. Most team fights in Unite are over in about 5-ish seconds. 5 to 8. At the very least, the team fight is decided in that time. I mean, that's more or less just how it is with every MOBA. It's not unique to Unite. Like, damage per second doesn't matter anywhere near as much as burst damage. And Alolan Raichu's alternate moveset can burst out about 5 times as much damage as the auto-attacking setup. That's why it's better. It has an immense burst. As in, quite literally, you can burst more damage than the highest HP Pokemon has HP. Like, you can burst a thing off the field in raw damage. Applied damage is a bit different, because the training dummy does not have that highest HP Pokemon's defenses. You actually can't Alpha Strike it off, and there's other defenders you can't, but it's a decent baseline. You okay? Cooking makes me a little nervous. You watch so closely. What you baking? My specialty. It's tomato juice. So you're just squishing some tomatoes in a frying pan. That's sizzling. I also apparently didn't already have tomato juice. Alright. Bam. But, like, that also causes some problems, because it does cause people to go, well, the rapid fire scarf gets better DPS on that setup. It's like, yeah, but the problem is your time to kill stays roughly the same as just going special attack boosting items, except that's only taking into account your attacks from stored power, basically. Your Psychic is dealing more damage with special attack boosting items than it does with a rapid fire scarf. And that causes a special attacking set with nothing but special attack items to actually have slightly more DPS than running the rapid fire scarf. Literally swapping the drive lens for the rapid fire scarf. Which isn't what you would do, but that's just, you know, big DPS boost for big DPS boost. Duskwalker, what do you need? It's the latest. I had this bizarre dream last night, like real bizarre. Skip this. In the dream, I just won a hot yoga world championship, Nightshade. Asked cheering, I'm all sweaty. Who comes up to interview, do the victory interview? Marna. But it was all wrong. She just asked questions about peach nectar and taking long naps. The next thing I know, I'm racing Marna across a pool of peach nectar. Anyway, it gets hazy from there. All I know is I woke up really wanting to take up hot yoga. Go figure. What is hot yoga? I know yoga, but I don't know hot yoga. It's just yoga in an oven? Bake yourself at 350 degrees while doing yoga? Like, I don't get it. Gala! Hold on, stick. Gala! Good morning, I'm here hoping it'll be a good day, Snorty. Let's talk. It's the therapist day ever! Yes! Let's at least try to do that. I am feeling better today. I do want to say that now. I know it's like 13 minutes in, and yesterday was all depresso espresso. But I am feeling mentally a lot better today. I just needed to go to sleep and restart. Like, you should never fully write off a day. And quite honestly, if any of you guys ever have a day like I did yesterday, where you are just not feeling anything. You're pretty depresso espresso. Don't be hard on yourself for it. That's just gonna make it worse. You still made it through that day. You did it. Look, too sick. I gotta go get the medicine. Like, that in of itself is an accomplishment. Be proud of that. Like, being hard on yourself isn't gonna make you not be depressed next time, you know? It'll just make that depressive episode even longer. So, you know, take care of yourselves. Steph's orders. You can't disobey my orders. Because they're good for you. Take care of yourselves. No objections. Trying to thunk. Yeah. So basically, the drive lens, in of itself, is just a small raw boost to special attack, a small boost to your cooldowns, and oh, hi Diva. Zoops, feeling psyched, King. Chat with me. Last some time working on a new Kugel recipe. I don't know what that is. And it also gives a 12% special attack increase. So how items apply in Unite, it'll give you the raw bonus, then apply the percent bonus. Because the raw bonus is part of the item, the percent bonus is the effect of the item. So the percent bonus is applied later. Hi there, Steven. Sometimes it's fun to just stay indoors. It's the latest. So relieved I have my very own humidifier. Such a dust magnet, but my decor is at stake. Need some fancy stuff to balance my messy lifestyle. That would actually help with dust, I think. Doesn't it? Because if everything's all humid, it doesn't really get all that dusty. Things tend to get more dusty in the winter, because everything's drier. That's like, dust can move around easier. At least that's what I've kind of found. Sky? I think I've already seen Sky. Haven't I? Oh, well, I'm seeing her again. Yeah, I have already seen her, but I'm seeing her again. See you again, Queen. Stop for a chat. I've been dabbling in poetry writing. Can I run what I have so far by you? It's good to be where pears grow. I wonder about other fruits, though. Now that I've said it out loud, I'm not sure the rhythm works. I'm not sure either, because I'm not sure what rhythm there's supposed to be there. I don't know poetry. Poetry is probably my least favorite form of writing. If you enjoy poetry, power to you. I don't. I've just never liked it. And I feel like it's because of how forced it was through school. Like, every single English class I had, there was always a unit on poetry. And it's like, I don't care. I like writing. I don't like writing poetry. Like, I would much rather write a fantasy story than write poetry. And I say this as a hopeless romantic. I like romantic things. I don't see poetry as particularly romantic. Some of it can be, but like... Let's be real, the poetry written to be romantic was somebody's pickup lines. Like, you know, that's what it feels like to me, and I don't like that. Kind of plays into me also not liking bards, though. A bit of that is just... A bit of that is just paladin for life, and paladins and bards mix like vinegar and milk. And yes, I'm calling paladins the vinegar in this situation. I like paladins for what they do, not so much the whole religious side of them. Which is where I really like having DMs that, like, will let you do things with paladins, like, that more or less treat the alignment chart as a suggestion. Because I know I've talked about this before, but my favorite way of playing, and I know this is technically a thing now, but they're basically like dark paladins, they're not like proper paladins. My favorite thing to do is to have a proper lawful good paladin who's following an evil deity. You're still lawful good because alignment is your own sense of morals. Like, so to that paladin, they're doing nothing wrong. They are doing things exactly as their god would have them do. Just because their god is evil doesn't mean they are in their own mind. Like, I very much enjoy that style of paladin. Also, what is the turnip price, my boys? 123. Okay, so the afternoon's gonna be better. So I'm gonna hold for the afternoon, and I might actually just sell today, and it'll probably be in my own time. Because I don't really feel like coming back later this afternoon, because I've already recorded for 20 minutes. So, you know, I mean, I know that's not all episode. It's about like 19 minutes of episode. But I don't really edit things down. It's really funny to me how, like, I know how to do a lot of, like, more involved editing. I just don't. Because it doesn't really fit Animal Crossing to me. And I don't really do much else. Alright, what do you want today? Yeah, of course I can help you out. Super comfy. See, we're lounging around. Alright. So what I would wear lounging around is still dress clothes most of the time. T-Parka combo. Alright. Let's see. I might just try to coordinate around that. Let's get changed. Alright, so it's I don't like that. Let's see. We're going for comfy. Sweaters are comfy, and this is a cute sweater. So. But this one. No, we're going this one. Okay. We got our top. Now comes the part where I'm gonna get heavily judged, but, you know, quite honestly, comfy. Like, I like... This is literally loungewear, but it's shorts. Could always go like the tweed skirt. And these look pretty cozy. Now let's come down here. Let's get like... I don't really need like a flashy hairpin. Let's just do a little like heart. A little heart works. Keep the glasses. We'll do like country socks. And some nice house slippers. These ones. Bam. Okay, I'm changed. Please like this one. Okay. Let's see. She sees. I've seen enough. It's so perfectly coordinated. You didn't like my last one, but I'm really glad she likes this one. This ticket's gonna be sent to the shop. She made it with her own 2 paws. It's some lapel glasses. Some lapel sunglasses. Honestly, useful thing to have. You might think, oh, but it's winter. Why would you need sunglasses? No, that's why. So these are actually quite helpful. I appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. But yeah, like, when it comes to considered items on a Lowland Raichu, there is actually a basic attack speed boosting item that is considered. It's the Muscle Band, not the Rapid Fire Scarf. So, like, and basically the main reason why it's considered is because of how it works. The Rapid Fire Scarf... Whoops. I'm never gonna get that frickin' medal. Jeez. Or not medal, but the Nook Miles achievement. Just never gonna get it. Because I keep letting fish go. So I get fishing with my eyes. But basically how the Muscle Band works is it still gives you a bit of raw attack stat, which does not matter to a Lowland Raichu. The thing that matters is that it gives bonus attack speed, and every time you hit the target with a 1-second cooldown, basically so that multi-hit attacks don't stack the effect, you deal up to 360 extra damage based on the opponent's HP. So it has nothing to do with your own stat. It's entirely based on the opposing Pokemon's HP. That does mean you're basically never hitting that full 360 damage because nothing has enough HP to take that full 360 damage at 100% HP because it is based off of their remaining HP. But that is quite the substantial damage increase. That raw damage increase is more than the attack speed increase you get from the Rapid Fire Scarf for a special attacker. A physical attacker not as much. Then again, there's also not many physical attackers that actually want the rapid fire scarf. It's one of those items that when a Pokemon wants it, they really want it. But outside of those few Pokemon, there's not many that want it. It's basically like Greninja, Decidueye, Garchomp. That's really about it. There's a few of the supporters that can make use of it, I suppose, but you really need a Pokemon that has good basic attacks for it to really be much use. I have considered running the Muscle Band. I didn't already have a stick, so I gotta move this now. I've considered running the Muscle Band on Glaceon because, well, it could be useful there, but I'm not feeling it. Mainly down to that 1 second cooldown. If it didn't have that 1 second cooldown, though, Glaceon would always have a Muscle Band equipped. So. But, like, in theory, it would be more damage than running, say, like, the Shell Bell. But the Shell Bell gives you survivability. So, you know. Fish fishing rod. I'll buy that, boys. Because who doesn't like fish fishing with fish fishing rods? As opposed to the non-fish fishing that you do without fish fishing rods. Of which, thinking of the evolutions, people are really hard on those things for no reason. Like, I've seen so many people on the Unite Reddit just being like, the evolutions are overpowered. And it's like, okay, but how? Well, they're easy to use. So Charizard's overpowered then? Well, no. I can't think of much easier to use than Charizard. You hold the A button and move your left stick, and you've got 80% of your damage output. You can't do that with any of the evolutions. You actually have to push buttons with them. Which also means with Charizard, it literally does not matter what moves you take. You're still gonna be roughly as effective, goddammit, as you would be, you know, no matter what. Because most of your damage output is just from your basic attack. Your ultimate locks you out of your moves. You know. But meanwhile, like, Glaceon, you can mess up Glaceon. You can take the wrong moves and completely screw yourself. You can't so much with Leafeon unless you're just really inexperienced with its solar moves. In general, though, you want both solar moves at the same time or both the other move. You don't really want to mix and match those. Sylveon you can kind of mess up. It's not as bad, it is a kind of mess up, but you do lose some effectiveness. Like, if you go Hyper Voice Draining Kiss, yeah, you're not as effective as you could be. Namely because, well, someone can just dash behind you now and get out of your Hyper Voice. And then, like, Mystical Fire Calm Mind is not the best use. So, like, you can kind of mess it up. Umbreon, you can definitely mess up. Not taking Wish. You don't take Wish, and you're a bad Umbreon, basically. Like, not that you... Okay, that sounds wrong. What I mean by that is you're not doing your Umbreon duty of never dying if you don't have Wish. So, like, you can very much mess up Umbreon by not taking Wish. Vaporeon. Muddy Water flip turn, and you are suddenly kind of bad. Like, you know, you can mess up the evolutions. I know I'm forgetting one. Espeon. I don't think if Espeon does have mess-upable movesets. I don't think it does. So Espeon falls into that category, I suppose, of being basically impossible to mess up, but it's also not terribly amazing. Because here's the thing to keep in mind. Yes, say Espeon can deal pretty good damage, and it can stun you. If it lands every single little pellet from, I think it's Psycho. It's pellet attack. Gardevoir can stun you and anybody standing near you by throwing a Moonblast at you. And that Moonblast hits a lot harder. And then follow it up with, say, a Psyshock or a Future Sight that's going to hit a lot harder. Like, and Gardevoir is not amazing. They both have one major critical weakness. They're both very, very, very fragile. Like, that is a pretty critical weakness of any Pokemon in Unite. Because if you're super fragile, you suddenly have to play a lot more carefully, or else the opposing team will just remove you from the team fight, and now your team is fighting down a player. It's one of the things that's kind of holding Chandelure back. Chandelure is pretty alright. It has basically the same special attack stat as Gardevoir. Same defenses, basically. But it only really has one attack. Which causes problems. Because your only purpose is damage. And you've only really got one attack. Norma! So when to see. There we go, saying Hufu again. Tired of me saying that. I do like Hufu. But let's do something. A new, better catchphrase. Fagoo. Fagoo, did I get it right? Yep. Fagoo, Fagoo. Yep, it's a natural fit for me. Thanks so much. I feel like I've discovered a whole new side of myself. I know people who might enjoy that. Yes. I do find it really funny. This is on topic of Fagoo, that people are discovering that old meme. Yes. Cats contain many pleasant noises. Fagoo. That's such an old meme. It's such an old meme. It's so old, it's barely around the internet. Like, it's a hard meme to find. Which is just, it makes it extra funny. Because, like, people are really trying to, like, find, like, what's the meaning? It's a meme, it doesn't have meaning. That's how memes work. Not everything needs to have meaning. We got really nothing in here to put outside. I need more outdoor furniture. Alright, let's do a little bit of decorating. Let's see. Let's see. What can I just craft right now? Got campfire, got lots of iron stuff. I can make a staff. Can't really make anything. I need, like, high-value things is the problem. Because high-value things give more value to the points of the island. And it doesn't really take into account, from what I've been reading, what those things are. So as long as it's high value, it doesn't matter if it looks dumb to be outside. It'll probably be fine. Let's like get decorative pillar. Wonder if I can put this outside. We do got our paper lanterns. Yeah, we could put these around. These feel pretty like New Year's-y. We could start getting ready for New Year's early. I got all the plaza stuff that I wish I could change the color of. You know, I'm putting stuff down anyway. I will find space for our plaza stuff. Get these out as well. I'm gonna place the cannon. Okay, let's go put all this stuff around. I don't know where I'm gonna put all this first. I know where I'm gonna put it. I know where it's going. Okay, the cannon's easy. The cannon is just gonna go on this. Where's the cannon? There's the cannon. Bam. Wrong way. There we go. Fire. Fire the cannon. Okay. Let's see. What else did I have? And all this stuff. We got a nice little, like, decorative pillar. Where can John Pillar go? We got a lot of decorations on, like, this part of town. So, let's see about some other places. What are you doing, Chris? You know, when you do that, you get me worried. But you weren't, like, mewling, so I don't think you caught a mouse. I sure hope you haven't caught a mouse. You know, I don't like your little mousies. Well, I mean, I do. I like those little mousies. I don't like the ones you catch that then I have to catch. Because you are the worst hunter. She just gave me a glare. Yeah, I said it. Alright, well, up here's where, like, the little Ferris ground's gonna be. Up here is perfect for it. Because we already have, like, the little seating area and the campfire. So, let's start with the Ferris wheel. How big is this? Ooh, it's pretty big. Oh, it's not that big, I suppose. Okay. Then we got the merry-go-round. Gonna like move it closer to the cliff. There we go. The teacup ride, which can go up here. I said it can go up here. There we go. Could I grab it, please? Have it that way. It's gonna be so noisy up here now. And we got a plaza train. It can go down here. Bam. Oh, it's one of those. Alright. Okay, so neither side is... this is like the entrance side, so... That like that. Game show stand. Nah, okay. We do need, like, the ice cream case here, though. And we get this going on. That is gonna make fishing here a little more annoying, but it's fine. Decorations. Heck yeah. Still really wish I could have just easily colored all of those pink and set up a little playground. Alright, let's see here. You know, I'm actually kind of feeling... the paper lantern's, like, behind here. Yeah, that looks nice. We got 2 left. We're gonna put another one, like, right here. Help, like, mark that staircase. You know, gotta help people see in the middle of the night. We don't want people tripping on those stairs. So. And we'll do another one over here somewhere. Yeah, right here. There is so room. Thank you. I still got this decorative pillar. Where am I gonna put John Pillar? Maybe over by, like, Pinky's house. That seems like a pretty good spot for John Pillar. Could put him down there on the little beach. But there's not a huge amount of stuff over here by Pinky's house. So, like... seems like a pretty good spot to come, like, drop John Pillar off. You know what? Let's get my shovel. Not where I wanted to dig. I wanted this one. John Pillar's gonna go right in this corner. Bam. Put the red lily back. You know, let's soften this corner a little bit. Let's just keep both of these right here. Yeah. Now it's like a little curve. Now, still got the game show stand and the bamboo partition. I don't know if I can even place the bamboo partition outside, but if I can, it's just gonna go on this beach. I can. Alright. Bam. Bamboo partition. It's more furniture. Now, again, I don't know if this stuff counts as you place it or on the day, so let's go check with Isabel, and then I'm going to check with Isabel again tomorrow. We got so much more furniture laying around. I've got to be close, right? Like, we've got to be close. I refuse to believe that we're not at least close. Let's talk Island Evals. 4-star rating. Alright. I have been placing a lot of lights, but they've responded positively to the island's scenery. Of course, there's always room for improvement. Okay, so I still need more decorations. Alright, we'll try again tomorrow. I know I could also do the ceremonies. I'll get to them. This has been a 45-minute recording session so far. So, I think we're good. Let's sit here so we can kind of see. Ooh, it looks so nice down here in the snow. But yeah, that is going to be it for this one. I do thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I shall see you back here tomorrow for more Animal Crossing New Horizons. See you all then.